Hello, it's Nikki and welcome back. This week I have a 4-part series for you, and each day I'm going to be sharing a part of the story for you. If you like these videos, if you like this content, do subscribe. I would absolutely love that. And also if you have a pal that you feel that this might be useful for, please do that. I will always share all the links, and I would love to have you as part of this conversation. And maybe something I'm about to share today about making moves in support of your dreams, even though you might be feeling the fear, maybe that's where you're up to right now. So if it is, let's have a chat about it. I would love to hear from you what resonates. Today's series is called I Was Hesitant to Apply because what if my fears were actually true? Part 1 of 4. It was time. It was my time. It was my time to study again. I went to one of the top drama schools at 18 to study on the 3-year acting course, and I left 5 months early because I got 2 jobs back to back and an agent. Acting is still a strong slice of my income pie at nearly 42, and I have a good success rate. However, I was ready to stretch again. I needed to stretch again. I wanted to dig in, to train, to play, to check I could take the pace. And this was a genuine fear of mine. It's all very well sharing sentences of past achievements, but I'm interested in what I can do now. In my head, I'm only just getting started, but do they see what I see? I knew I would only find out by putting myself in the room. But often putting yourself in the room is exactly what you need, but it's also the most vulnerable choice. At the beginning of June, I applied and got one of the 12 places on a 10-week acting screen course. There were so many learnings about myself and my acting, but also the human mind. What comes up for us when we go to make a change, when we decide, when we actually do it. And this is not necessarily about acting. This is why I'm sharing it. This is about you taking a stand for what it is that you want and making moves to make it a reality. Spoiler alert, it may welcome all the feelings. Lesson 1. Filling out the form should be a basic and straightforward step, but it may not be the one that you want to do, or you may struggle with. Here's what the inside of my brain sounded like. The form. Tell us about yourself. Me. Wah! What do I say? I'll do it later. Have I got anything to say? What are they looking for? What if I don't get a place? After all this admin I've spent hours on, hours I don't have. P.S. Your logical, busy brain will try and convince you that you don't have time for your dreams. Weird, eh? I'll do it tomorrow. The thing is, declaring on paper or on the internet what you want and why you want it takes courage. Also concentration. Because it takes a lot of brain power to be in a headspace where everything you have done in the past spills out of you effortlessly. The first step often gets overlooked. Most people won't fill in the form. I answered the required answers, and I loved the opportunity to write a golden paragraph, or 8, as my partner Matty would say, because he says I can't write just one, and he is right. The golden paragraph, and by the way, not all of this has to be shared, but it's good for you to know. The golden paragraph is a connection from you to the page. This is when you speak to yourself, or the course, the job application, the estate agent, the bursary, the organisation, etc. And you speak from the heart. You say what you want and why you want it. Warning. Tears are likely to appear. And you may feel emotional, because it is emotional. This is your life. And these are your hopes and dreams, and you have to take a stand for them. Some of them have been buried for so long, and so to confront them again, well, can be confronting. Yes, others may want the best for you, but you have to lead it. You have to say, this is important to me and I'm going to do something about it. P.S. This is why I don't have a complicated form on my website to apply to work with me. There's a messenger button in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is where you can share confidentially what you are looking for and what you would like. And I never want 18 questions that you may not have the answers to be a barrier to entry. Sometimes I feel like the world is set up like this, but that's another story for another day. I want to help you to get going. And once you take the first step, often the hardest, I know things can quickly change and you're in the groove. So if you want more information, check out down below. Step number 2, the lesson. The logistics may throw you or concern you. Over the years, I have joined many business offerings and hosted many of my own. And one of the most popular questions is, what if I can't make all the sessions? Invariably, there is always a replay because lots of business courses get it, but in this case, there wasn't. The requirement was to show up live for 10 weeks between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Historically, my least productive and my busiest time of day. 3 hours per week, plus reading, plus learning lines, plus rehearsals, plus taping, plus editing, plus admin. At this point, it would have been so easy to say no. It fell over the summer holidays. It's a busy time of year for us. What if something happens? What if I can't make it? The class may run over and finish at 9:30 p.m, way past my online time. However, I could stay in logistics limbo or get my head around it. The timing is more workable now, as my children do actually go to bed, mainly stay there, which has not been the case until recently. So when their mother goes upstairs to shout on Zoom, "Michael, you fucking need to tell me what happened!" and she's playing a smart, intelligent gang leader, it's kind of workable. I think I assume there's going to be a perfect time where I will have white space and no other responsibilities. This is not life. Sometimes we have to make choices and do it anyway. And to be honest, if there was one session I couldn't have done, I would have still signed up. Mainly because doing 9 sessions and missing one would have taught me a lot more than doing none. The perfection gremlin shows up in all kinds of different outfits. So keep a lookout. That being said, sometimes there is a better time to do things. You don't have to start a business at 38 weeks pregnant, unless absolutely necessary, because you feel the pressure of Instagram telling you should be a mum boss. A client shared with me the other day about her capacity. Looking after 2 children meant she had very little time. I get it. So she just needed to sit tight and only do what was required. I know others will tell you to do more, but they're not there when you're exhausted, sobbing and sitting on the floor not knowing why. This is always a personal decision. But there may just be a way. This is not doing more. This is about being smart with your time, focus, energy, etc. And I'm always here to help if that is something you would like to explore. I'll see you tomorrow for part 2.